Climate change and its effects on ecosystems. Climate change is one of the most significant environmental challenges of our time, affecting ecosystems, biodiversity, and human communities worldwide. This lesson explores the causes and effects of climate change, its impact on agriculture and water supply, and indigenous knowledge systems that provide sustainable adaptation strategies. Global warming, extreme weather, and shifting habitats. What is global warming? Global warming refers to the rise in Earth's average temperature due to increased greenhouse gas emissions from human activities. The main contributors include burning fossil fuels. Coal, oil, and natural gas releases carbon dioxide. Deforestation reduces the planet's ability to absorb CO2. Industrial agriculture produces methane from livestock and nitrous oxide from fertilizers. Waste and landfills emit methane, a potent greenhouse gas. Example, since the Industrial Revolution, Earth's average temperature has risen by approximately 1.2 degrees Celsius, 2.2 degrees Fahrenheit, accelerating climate-related disruptions. Extreme weather events. As global temperatures rise, extreme weather events are becoming more frequent and severe. Heat waves and droughts. Higher temperatures increase evaporation, drying out soils and water sources. Stronger storms and hurricanes. Warmer oceans fuel intense cyclones and hurricanes, leading to more damage. Wildfires. Hotter, drier conditions increase the likelihood of large, uncontrollable fires. Flooding and rising sea levels. Glacial melt and expanding seawater contribute to coastal flooding and loss of land. Example, in 2021, wildfires in Canada and the western U.S. burned millions of acres due to prolonged drought and high temperatures. Shifting habitats and biodiversity loss. Climate change disrupts natural ecosystems, forcing plants and animals to adapt or perish. Changing migration patterns. Birds, fish, and mammals shift their habitats to escape extreme heat and habitat loss. Loss of pollinators. Bees and butterflies struggle to survive as flowers bloom earlier than usual. Ocean acidification. Increased CO2 absorption in oceans harms coral reefs and shellfish. Melting ice caps. Arctic species like polar bears lose their hunting grounds. Example, the Great Barrier Reef has suffered mass coral bleaching due to rising sea temperatures, killing vital marine habitats. Impacts on agriculture, water supply, and species migration. Agricultural disruptions. Climate change threatens global food production through unpredictable weather patterns and resource shortages. Crop failures. Heat waves, droughts, and floods reduce crop yields. Pest outbreaks. Warmer temperatures allow invasive species and pests to thrive. Soil degradation. Erosion and desertification make land less fertile. Food insecurity. Reduced agricultural productivity increases prices and hunger. Example, in Africa's Sahel region, prolonged droughts have made traditional farming increasingly difficult, forcing communities to adopt new agricultural techniques. Water scarcity and pollution. Climate change disrupts global water availability and quality. Droughts and drying rivers. Less rainfall leads to water shortages for drinking, irrigation, and industry. glacial melt and rising sea levels. Fresh water sources are reduced as ice caps melt into the ocean. Polluted water sources. Flooding spreads contaminants into drinking water supplies. Water conflicts. Scarcity increases tensions between communities and nations over access to clean water. Example, the Colorado River in the US and Mexico is drying up due to climate-driven droughts, affecting millions who depend on it. Species migration and extinction risks. As ecosystem shifts, wildlife struggles to adapt. Habitat loss. Deforestation and rising temperatures destroy homes for many species. Mismatched seasonal cycles. Animals arrive too early or too late for their food sources. Increased disease spread. Warmer climates allow tropical diseases to expand into new areas. Extinction threats. Many species cannot adapt quickly enough to survive. Example, the monarch butterfly population has declined drastically due to habitat destruction and climate-induced changes in migration patterns. Indigenous and traditional ecological strategies for adaptation. Indigenous communities have developed sustainable land management and conservation practices over thousands of years. Their knowledge offers valuable solutions for climate adaptation. Sustainable land stewardship. Agroforestry. Indigenous farmers integrate trees and crops to protect soil and conserve water. Rotational farming. Instead of exhausting one plot, fields are left to regenerate naturally. Water management. Traditional irrigation systems. Example, Andean terraces, rainwater harvesting, help conserve water. Example, in the Amazon, indigenous communities use chagra farming, a rotational system that mimics natural ecosystems. Fire management and ecosystem restoration. Controlled burns. Indigenous fire practices reduce the risk of catastrophic wildfires. Reforestation. Planting native species restores damaged landscapes. Biodiversity protection. Indigenous groups safeguard traditional plant and animal species. Example, Aboriginal Australians have used cultural burning techniques for thousands of years to prevent massive wildfires. Community resilience and climate adaptation. Local food systems. Indigenous farming reduces reliance on industrial agriculture. Sacred ecological knowledge. Spiritual traditions emphasize respect for nature. Indigenous governance. Tribal leadership prioritizes conservation and resource management. Example, the Sami people of Scandinavia have adapted their reindeer herding practices to cope with melting Arctic ice. Conclusion. Climate change threatens ecosystems, agriculture, water supplies, and biodiversity. Rising temperatures, extreme weather, and habitat shifts are already affecting communities worldwide. However, Indigenous knowledge offers proven strategies for resilience and adaptation. By combining traditional ecological practices with modern climate solutions, we can create sustainable ways to protect our planet and future generations.